Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am JP the Outlaw, the voice that makes them moist, your favorite color commentator, the savior of ill behavior. Here to give you my WWE WrestleMania 34 review. And I gotta say that this was a shit show for 7 fucking hours. They did absolutely nothing for any character development. And if they did do something as far as the character development going into WrestleMania, they killed it. They shot it, stabbed it, buried it, and then picked it back up and did everything over again. The problem here, and I always say, and if you go back to my NXT review where I had barely any negativity to talk about a pay-per-view, and that's the feeling you should have at WrestleMania. This WrestleMania, I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know who planned everything out. Couple swerves, couple of turns. We're going to go over most of this card. But for the most part, after match 7, I was already uninvested. So, going down in chronological order, in which I seen, let's start off with the pre-show. The 30-man Andre the Giant Battle Royal Rumble. 28 superstars was announced. The likes of Kane, Dolph Ziggler, Matt Hardy, Baron Corbin, Mojo Rawley, and a few other mentions. But 28 members was announced. They had 2 surprises. I really did not watch the Andre Battle Royal Rumble. Andre Memorial Battle Royal Rumble. I didn't watch it. I caught the tail end of it. Bray Wyatt came back to assist Matt Hardy with his win at WrestleMania. I could see a good tag team coming out that. I even suggested putting Matt Hardy against the Bar and having Bray Wyatt come out and they win the tag team championships and letting Braun win the Andre Battle Memorial. Now, I understand you don't want Braun Strowman on your pre-show. You could have moved the Andre Battle Royal Rumble somewhere at the start of the show. It did not have. You didn't have to have back-to-back, damn near back-to-back Royal Rumbles. That takes us to Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. I like this match. Again, Cedric Alexander needed a big win at WrestleMania. Guaranteed for his career. Watching his development from the Indies, ROH, I believe he was on not NXT, I believe he was on Impact Wrestling, and I think he did a couple of matches in NXT. But you can see from the jump and all the way back in the Cruiserweight Classic that Cedric Alexander was one of those guys that they want to push. Well, that they wanted, but they definitely want to push him now, considering everything that happened to get to this point. You know, Neville walking out on the company, Austin Aries leaving. Then you have the whole Enzo Amore scandal. Everything that's considered that happened with this championship since his debut. I feel Cedric Alexander has a big chip on his shoulder to prove that the cruiserweights deserve to be inside of the WWE. You know, just based off the past title holders, everybody outside of TJP has either 1, been caught up in some type of scandal, or 2, they barely use. I think Tozawa, after winning the title, you never seen him again. I even said, where the hell is Tozawa at? But this was a great match. Mustafa Ali performance was incredible. I think the closing moments of this match, you had Cedric Alexander hit Mustafa Ali with a lumbar check off of the top rope. A lumbar check off of the rope. He pretty much called the match towards the tail end of it, telling Mustafa to stay down, don't move, don't get back up for this. And Mustafa, defiant as always, he jumps back up, he hits him with a roaring elbow, then hits the lumbar check onto Mustafa Ali, picking up the championship. The storyline going into this, the heart versus the soul of 205 Live. Now, I thought this was a great story. I do not watch 205 Live, but just based off of that storyline right there, you had me invested for a couple of months. I do want to go back and watch the Cruiserweight Championship tournament. I do want to watch it. They had a couple of major plays in there that I like, so I would like to see how everything panned out. Moving on to the women's Royal Rumble, the women's Battle Royal Rumble, which featured superstars from Raw, NXT. 13 women were announced prior to the 20-woman announcement about the Royal Rumble itself. Give you a couple of names: Sasha Banks, Bayley, Mickie James, Natty, Lana, Ruby Riott, and many more. The commentary had made an announcement for Beth Phoenix being out there, but Paige was already out there, and you can see that the WWE has had their fair share of Paige. Clearly, they want to do something with Paige, but I guess they're giving her time to heal and rest her body, which I suggested before you brought her back into a WWE ring full time, just like you should do with Daniel Bryan. She shouldn't be taking that many bumps. She shouldn't be in the ring doing back body drops and shit like that, because you don't want to injure a guaranteed star. They have a lot of money invested in Paige. Wrestling with my family coming out soon with The Rock. Multiple time women's champion. She still has Absolution, which makes them look weak by default because they have no character development outside of Paige as our leader. So, but yeah. At one point in this match, all the women were standing in a circle. I don't know why they do that in women matches. They took their turns eliminating women. I think what they needed to do was have every woman come out aggressive. I like the interaction between the NXT women where they teamed up to take on SmackDown and Raw women. I think one of the NXT women should have been, maybe Kairi Sane, could have been one of those last ones before you throw them out. Now, short and sweet, let's get to the nitty gritty of this whole damn thing. Naomi should not have won this match. Naomi should not have won this match. If you listen to how the crowd popped for Bayley after Bayley threw over Sasha Banks, I'm under the impression, by this point, because I think at some point in the match, Becky Lynch had got eliminated, but I'm under the impression Naomi was already eliminated because I look up, Naomi's on the ground, already on the outside of the ropes. So, really screwed Bayley here. Death to Bayley's career. And it pretty much is what it is. I don't know what she did, her and Sasha Banks, to get this amount of heat to where as though they're not even winning matches anymore. But, for the love of God, take the stick out of your ass and push these two women. Because out of the two women, these are two of the best performers you have currently in the WWE as far as women are concerned. And I can think of 5 that can really hold their own in the ring. So, I don't know what's going on there. Fix it, make it better. Congratulations to Naomi winning the first ever ovaries title. What is that, trophy? The trophy looked like a pair of ovaries. Congratulations for winning that. First ever women's Royal Rumble. Moving on to the start of the show. I believe they kicked things off with, if I have my notes correctly, Finn Balor. Finn Balor versus The Miz is Seth Rollins. Now, the intros. Let's go off the intros first. Seth Rollins comes out with an homage to Game of Thrones, looking like the Ice King, one of the revisioned kings from old or whatever the hell have you. And, the guy that threw the fucking spear at the goddamn dragon, that guy. The Miz came out looking like a rip-off version of Naruto, which I thought was fucking hilarious. And then we get to Finn Balor. Now, I don't know what they're doing with Finn Balor, and, I'm not the best linguist ever, but if I had to make a guess on where they're going with Finn Balor, I heard a rumor not too long ago that Finn Balor was going to be given I believe, not a transsexual, but like some type of gay gimmick for WrestleMania, around WrestleMania season from Stephanie McMahon. Of course, Triple H was fighting her on this. Now, that's the boss's daughter. I'm pretty sure she can make it happen if she wanted to. I think this is the precursor of Finn's coming out party. Ha ha ha. But for the most part, this match itself was a good match. I would take nothing from it. They teased the buckle bomb on the barricade. They missed that. They did not go for that. I think this match ends with a Finn Balor on the top rope. He goes for the coup de grace. You have The Miz stacked on top of Seth Rollins, I believe it is. He hits the coup de grace. Seth Rollins rolls out the ring. He hits another coup de grace on The Miz. Seth Rollins then jumps up, hits a curve stomp onto Finn Balor, then hits two curve stomps onto The Miz to win the Intercontinental Championship. I would have rather had Finn Balor walk out the Intercontinental Champion. I had him picked on my predictions, but I liked it. Seth Rollins had the coolest entrance of the night. If you ask me, second coolest entrance was Mustafa Ali looking like Sub-Zero off of Mortal Kombat. But for the most part, the match was okay. I think their match on Raw was way better than this match here. But for the most part, they did what they had to do. I don't have a problem with Seth Rollins having the Intercontinental Championship. I would like to see who you're going to have face Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. If it's not, this roster shakeup needs to happen. You can't keep giving me Finn Balor, The Miz, Elias. Like, who the hell are these people? Gotta do a roster shakeup. Okay? Moving into the next match. Yep. This is where, even with Bayley, what Bayley had going on. So, in my mind, by this point, you've already killed Bayley's career. You've killed Finn Balor's career by association. You know, that's not, there's no confirmed information on what the fuck is going on with Finn Balor, but just by association with the rainbow colors, you made people think that Finn Balor is, you know, one of those X-Men. Just, without saying the words. I'm trying to be politically correct here. You have a women's championship match for SmackDown. Charlotte versus Asuka. Asuka's streak on the line. Charlotte's title is on the line. This was a great fucking match between two women. I will not hold you. I will not take nothing away from this match. But there is nothing that you can tell me that Charlotte deserved to end Asuka's streak here and now and at that moment. No way. No way. Asuka's streak was supposed to end either on a SummerSlam or a Survivor Series or a Royal Rumble. Hell, even the next WrestleMania. Because you could have took it, you could have built Asuka being completely dominant over the whole female roster for a fucking year. Yeah, that would make them the equivalent of nothing. I understand that. But in the same sense, this is building up between Ronda Rousey and Asuka. Ronda Rousey winning the second ever Women's Royal Rumble to fight Asuka, who's already had the Women's SmackDown Championship. Why wouldn't you want to see that? Who would not want to see that? That's your big money-making event right there. It could have even a main event at next year's WrestleMania if you really wanted to book it right. But, again, this is my opinion. I'm happy that it was Charlotte versus any other fucking bum that they have on the fucking female roster. Asuka shouldn't have lost her undefeated streak. You just humanized Asuka and made her just as bland as every other fucking woman on Raw or SmackDown. Simple as that. The U.S. Championship. Moving on. I don't even need to say anything else. Great match between both two women. It was a beautiful spot where Charlotte went for over-the-top moonsault. Asuka then catches Charlotte mid-air and gets her into a Coquina clutch, which I thought was fucking amazing. But this is, you end the streak when Asuka is doing shit like that. Another fucking match where a career ended. U.S. Championship match. Bobby Roode versus Rusev versus Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton. 4-way match. After everything they went through with Rusev, all the rumors I'm hearing about Rusev getting ready to walk out 2 weeks before WrestleMania, adding Rusev to the match, to this triple threat match to make it a 4-way dance between Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Randy Orton. About midway through this build towards WrestleMania, they add Rusev to the match. Before Rusev got there, I did not care about this match. This was going to be a boring match to me. All 4 men wrestle with like that heavy hitter style, and this is the part where I say you need your flip-de-doo guys. The guys that's going in there doing the Hurricane Ranas and the Frankensteiners, and you need those guys. You need those guys. They help tell a story as well. But when you give everybody the Bruiser Brodies, when you put 4 Bruiser Brodies in the fucking ring, it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. I literally could have fell asleep and missed this match because in my mind I already knew where they were going. U.S. 400 Hill champion. They've been trying to build Jinder Mahal since they gave him the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It only makes sense that he gets the U.S. title right now, which they could have did at the start of last year in the mid-card. Plus, they're going into the world's greatest ever Royal Rumble over there in India. Yeah, Jinder Mahal was going to win. I said the same thing about Mustafa Ali, but it would not surprise me if Mustafa Ali doesn't pick up the win in India. Right. Rusev should have never been added to the match. If he was going to lose the match and also take the fucking pin, he should have never been added to the match. The crowd is over on Rusev. The crowd wants Rusev to win. The crowd wants Rusev to have gold around his waist. Why not reward him with the U.S. Championship? Because you know Jinder Mahal was a failed experiment as the WWE Champion. Why would you keep trying the same experiment and thinking that you're going to get fucking different results? That is the definition of insanity. Jinder Mahal fucking picks up the win with a big collage on the Rusev after the distraction from Samir Singh or whoever the hell it is. Your new U.S. champion is Jinder Mahal. God damn it. Ronda Rousey. Moving on. Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Now, one thing I can say, I love Ronda Rousey's outfit. She comes out to the ring, still rocking Rowdy Piper's jacket. She even had the little Rowdy Piper's kilt in skirt form. Thought it was real cute. For the most part, I need her to stop smiling. I need her to come down to the ring with that same fucking face on when she was across the ring from Stephanie McMahon. It looked like she was about to eat her the fuck alive. That's the Ronda Rousey I want to see. That's the Ronda Rousey that I want them to push to the fucking moon. She looked like a killer. And that's what you want. That's the type of believability you want in a WWE ring. Ronda Rousey looked like a killer on the opposite side of Stephanie McMahon. Now, if they would have went in there and did a couple more moves and not look like they were just running around in circles while Triple H and Kurt Angle did all the major heavy lifting and the tandem tag team matches of the night, if they did that versus that, I would have been fine. But since the way they came off, the way they did it, you know, I'm happy Ronda Rousey won. She was supposed to win. Felt like this match should have been shorter. Stephanie McMahon really, really is bad inside the ring. I mean, just, you can see that she's not trying. She does not care. Ronda Rousey's selling has gotten better. I really like the way she sold the hair pull from Stephanie McMahon. And pretty much Stephanie McMahon in this match is akin to just literally a child, like Braun Strowman picking a child out the crowd. That's akin to Stephanie McMahon. Okay, Triple H himself had to carry 3 other people through this match. Kurt Angle is not 100%, but for the most part, they did a good job. They did a good job with how they used Kurt Angle and Triple H to pretty much cover Stephanie McMahon and Ronda Rousey. I wouldn't mind seeing a one-on-one between Ronda Rousey and Seth. I would like for Steph to get better in the ring, and I would like for Ronda Rousey to stop smiling. Stop smiling. Just stop fucking smiling. You know, the bumps that they took in this match looked horrible. Everybody delivered outside. Everybody played their position okay outside of Triple H, where Triple H went over the above to get Ronda Rousey over, which I adore, because old Triple H wasn't having none of that shit. What do you mean she's going to put me in an armbar? No, I'm not going for that. Right. Give me 1 second here. Got to wipe my nose. All right. Oh, trying to come over this goddamn cold is beating my ass, though. Moving on. SmackDown Live's Tag Team Championship match. The Usos versus the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers. I say Bashing Brothers with my old lady, but I always call them the Bludgeon Brothers. The Bulls with the big hammers, goddammit. They end up winning this match, which was a quick squash match. If you've seen WWE Fastlane, just take that with less of an impact. It's the same thing. They did everything that they did in that match, maybe a little bit more. They wound up picking up the win. I believe they pinned Jimmy from the Usos. Kofi Kingston from the New Day. So that's how that match ended up ending. Not much to say. I thought they could have did more with this match. I thought this match would have went longer with the time that they had, and I thought they would have brought a little bit more to the table, especially the Usos never being in a WrestleMania match outside of the pre-show. For the most part, I enjoyed it, though. I thought this was a great buffer match between Ronda Rousey and the Undertaker match that I'm getting ready to get into in a couple of minutes. But very good here from the Bludgeon Brothers. My biggest question is, what do you do with them now? Who do they feud with? They literally went through everybody on SmackDown. So there is nobody left for them to feud with. So your best bet, roster shake up. You get Razor and Akam up there, and you let these guys battle it out for about 6 months. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing the Office of Pain on Raw, though. I think that would be a better feud with Braun and this whoever. I'll get back to Braun in a minute. The return of The Undertaker. Now, a lot of people was rumored that the American Badass gimmick was going to come back. I like what they did with The Undertaker, teasing that maybe The Undertaker is not here. John Cena gets news after the whole Asuka and Charlotte Fandango fucking match. After all that bullshit, John Cena gets news that, Undertaker's here. You need to go in the back and put your shit on. And he's like, oh, man, stop playing. He's like, oh, man, I'm serious. He's here and he wants his match. So John Cena rushes to the back, moving past Asuka and Charlotte to get his gear on. John Cena comes back down. He comes back out to the ring. In a moment's time, you'll see John Cena fucking go from happy to sad when you have Elias, the Drifter. Who wants to walk with Elias? I do. When you have Elias come out and pretty much sing a song to John Cena about The Undertaker. How you're not worthy to see the face The Undertaker. How you're not ready to go up against The Undertaker. And about how this crowd sucks ass. Even though there was a good crowd in New Orleans. Definitely in the Superdome. Good crowd. They could have been a little bit more lively. But after 7 hours of wrestling, I understand. Trust me, by the time we got to Alexa Bliss, I was asleep. I was damn near done. After Daniel Bryan, I didn't see everything I wanted to see. But quick match. Undertaker is old. And like I said, this match would have been better if it was 3 years before now. maybe even 4 years. Whenever Undertaker got that concussion against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30, this is where you should have had that match. Because this match was nothing but a quick squash match that John Cena enjoyed, and he was smiling through the whole goddamn thing. There's no surrealism anymore. I don't even know if you can call that a match. It was more like a fucking squash. I come out here, beat John Cena, raise my hand at the end of this shit. He walked up the ramp. Normally they cut Undertaker walking up the ramp because it takes him way too long. But he walked up the ramp in a decent amount of time. He didn't look like he was an old man out there dying like last year with Roman Reigns. I think John Cena being with the Undertaker. No, John Cena, I do not expect to carry Undertaker to a great match. Next year, if Undertaker is coming back, I wouldn't mind seeing him go up against AJ Styles. You know, the Phenom versus the Phenomenal one. It would be, the story tells itself. And I think AJ Styles would do some of the best selling in his life to put Undertaker over. Now, given the scenario, the only two men that have defeated the Undertaker is Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. You know, I would not let I wouldn't let John Cena defeat the Undertaker. No, not at all. I don't think he needs that accolade. You know, I don't think Roman needed it. I think when they decided to kill the streak, I think Undertaker's career should have ended with the streak. Because what else do you have to highlight? I mean, in all honesty, there'll never be another streak like the Undertaker's as far as WrestleMania wins. But why would you end it? Why wouldn't you carry this out to WrestleMania 35? Why wouldn't you let the Undertaker leave on a high note? You know, if after that loss to Brock Lesnar, he should have came back the next year at Survivor Series and retired. My opinion. He's one of those, he's almost up there. He's almost fucking Ric Flair all over again. Where you're watching a Ric Flair match and you just feel bad for the old man. My opinion of it. Moving on, the match that everybody wanted to see, the match that everybody wanted to be a part of. If I was a wrestler and I had the opportunity to announce that I will be in a match with Daniel Bryan coming out of retirement at the 4 years of being on the shelf, be a happy camper. Me personally. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn on the other end are not happy campers. These guys are true heels. I was reading a tweet from Kevin Owens saying, you know, I'm happy Daniel Bryan's back, but he won't be back for long after I break the rest of his neck. Amazing. Amazing. The 1,000 likes, 1,000 dislikes within the first half hour. I thought it was funny as hell. Even Sami Zayn commented, if you break his neck, I got his legs. Hilarious. These guys are on fire. Freaking, I love the build. It took a while. And I said, if this didn't end off with Daniel Bryan coming back to a WWE ring, what's the point of this feud? I'm happy that Daniel Bryan wound up coming back to the WWE. Also happy that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens did not take it easy on Daniel Bryan. Not at all. You know, for the most part, they covered Daniel Bryan. Like I said, I really like the way this match was done. Daniel Bryan was on the outside. They gave him a buckle bomb on the apron. He sold it. It was Shane McMahon for at least a half hour, maybe 15 minutes. Then comes back Daniel Bryan, full of piss and vinegar. He hits him with the yes kicks. He hits him with the yes lock onto Sami Zayn to win his match for Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. Now, that means Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are fired. That only tells me that they're going to Raw. There's nothing else that they can do on SmackDown Live. They literally fought the establishment, beat their asses, and they got fired. Simple as that. Now, through this whole process, I've watched careers end. Clearly, you're literally just killing careers. 3 careers that ended on this WrestleMania: Finn Balor, Bayley, 4 Sasha Banks, and Asuka. Asuka is, like I said before when I was talking about Asuka, she's just as bland as any fucking body else now. But this match here, going into this match, the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon gave you everything you wanted, and then some. And then some. I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was the best two people to bring back Daniel Bryan, especially Sami Zayn. I hate that he took the loss, but he needed the rub from a Daniel Bryan. I wouldn't mind seeing Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn go at it for the U.S. Championship or the Intercontinental Championship. It would make fucking sense. Especially if you're going to still push a heel Sami Zayn. Just my opinion of it. Now we get to the Raw's women's match. Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. I literally took a shit in the middle of this match. There's no need for me to be invested. Mickie James. I quote the beginning. Mickie James got the living shit beat out of her. You have Nia Jax taking her out the match early, where she's throwing her against the barricade by her hair, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She takes her, put her on the top of her shoulders, hits her with a Samoan drop. Mickie James' leg was twisted, and the way she landed fine, but when her body stopped moving, her leg was twisted like she just fucking fell out of a goddamn helicopter. But for the most part, this match was only entertaining because it's like after watching a high school bully be a bully for so many years, and then you got that one nerd who's not fucking around today and just tease off on the bully and really fucks the bully up. And the rest of the school is like, now you're not a bully no more. They make fun of this guy like he shit his pants or something. That's what this was. Alexa Bliss was the bully. Nikki Jax was the fucking high school nerd that just wanted to get her revenge. And that's what it boiled down to. That's why I wasn't as invested in this match. I'm happy that they gave Nikki Jax the title. If it was me, I probably would have kept it on Alexa. But, you know, why not give her the title after all of what she's done for you the past year? You know, after Asuka came up, Nikki Jax was just irrelevant until now. So I approve of them giving her the championship. She deserves it. She deserves it. After all the bullshit, the fat shaming, the real life fat shaming in the dressing room, she deserves it. A big women matter. It's not cool to fuck with people. I think that's one of the one things that really grinds my gears. Family Guy, you know what I mean? But for the most part, if you know somebody that's plus size or a big person, don't be an asshole. Don't be a fucking asshole, okay? All right? Everybody wasn't blessed with fucking rock star bodies, six-pack abs. Everybody wasn't blessed with that shit, all right? Me personally, I don't mind a rib or two, But that's my opinion of it. Hold on one second. Still fighting the cold. Okay. Now, moving on past the women's match for Raw, we get Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I know that I am a big fan of AJ Styles and definitely a big fan of Shinsuke Nakamura. I love this match. I loved everything about it except for the ending. No need to turn Nakamura heel, and even if you do, immediately he needs to go to Raw. Because I can't see Nakamura being a heel on SmackDown. I can't see it. Not when you're already heel heavy. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, who else they got? That's half your major stars right there. There is no way that he should be a heel going on to SmackDown. It just doesn't work. I think with time, if you would have built up his babyface persona, if you would have taken this rock star bullshit away and just let him be the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura or the king of strong style, which I think should be his next gimmick. He should go into the King of Strong Style, just beating motherfuckers over top of the head with the Kinshasa. That's all I'm saying. Because after this match with AJ, which was a phenomenal match, after this match with AJ, what do you do? If you did not give Shinsuke Nakamura the championship, which tells me one or two things. Either one, you don't trust him as far as promo work, or two, he's not ready. He's not ready. And I think it's more so, I'm leaning more so towards the promo work. Now, a way to remedy that is to do what you did with Andrade Cien. You take a manager and you put a manager with Shinsuke Nakamura. You let the manager be his mouthpiece, preferably a Paul Heyman, because I think Paul Heyman is one of the best speakers that the WWE has to offer. But if you can't do Paul Heyman, get somebody that's worth a damn, somebody that I would easily believe. I would say Jim Cornette, but I just can't see the pairing of Jim Cornette and Shinsuke Nakamura. It would be crazy. I don't know. So we go to the Raw Tag Team match. The Bar versus Braun Strowman and a partner of his choosing. Now, Braun won a tag team battle Royal Rumble to win the number one contendership going into this. Okay? He gets all the way to fucking WrestleMania, announces that one of the people in the crowd will be his tag team partner. He walks the crowd and picks out a little kid. And this was an adorable moment. I'm not going to hold you. If the team that they was going up against wasn't the Bar, I would not have a problem with this whole segment. But since it was the Bar, and the Bar has had one of the best years of their fucking careers, hands down, why the hell would you have them lose to Braun Strowman and a child? That's just like them losing to Braun Strowman and James Ellsworth. I heard fucking James Ellsworth was going to be his tag team partner. The child, of course, played no part in this at all. I guess it was just one of those feel-good moments for the WWE. I'm pretty sure they had to clear it with the kid's mother before they even went and said, this is what we're going to do, you know? The kid actually scared to death. Looked like he was about to fucking shit a brick in the middle of the ring looking at Cesaro. He asked for the tag and immediately hopped out of there. 9 times out of 10, Braun Strowman just needed a rest, and that was pretty much it. That match was over in no time. I would have put this match on the pre-show because I don't understand why you had to do this for Braun. Braun shouldn't even be in a tag team with a child. It makes no sense. I thought it was funny when Cesaro and Sheamus came out on the floats with the big head people from New Orleans, and then Braun comes out and they're running away like fucking Godzilla just came up. I thought it was hilarious. But other than that, I wouldn't have did this with Braun. Not at all. This is more so for a Matt Hardy, just a babyface role. You're still pushing Braun as this unstoppable heel force. I don't understand. And then, like, you don't even know your own product. You have fucking Braun go out there and completely do a babyface turn. If this was not a babyface turn for Braun, then what do you do with Braun after this? Just saying. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we get down to the nitty gritty. The Universal Championship is on the line against Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Decent match. Very much so a slugfest. Wasn't no real technical moves going on here. Brock, as always, looks like a fucking beast to me. He dominated the whole match. His title reign continues. I love the way the WWE hyped up Brock Lesnar leaving after WrestleMania. He cannot leave with the championship. Also, if he was leaving after WrestleMania, they would not let him win at Royal Rumble. Now, they did have Dana White there, which is the former owner of the UFC. I think he's like a shareholder now. But they did have Dana White there, and it struck me as odd to see him in the crowd. Just, you know, they panned to him in the Ronda Rousey match, so it really struck me as odd to see him there. I think that, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if they dropped the title with Brock Lesnar on Monday Night Raw versus, all right, well, we're going to drop the title and give it to Roman on WrestleMania. It wouldn't surprise me if they dropped the title on this episode of Monday Night Raw tonight. So, no comments on this match. You pretty much came to a full-blown conclusion that it was going to be Brock Lesnar. It was going to be Roman Reigns going over Brock Lesnar, but just to swerve the fans, they gave it to Brock one more time, which I haven't heard him re-signing any brand new contract extensions, him or Paul Heyman. So we'll see what Monday brings. We'll see if you'll have a Universal Championship match to take the title off of Brock Lesnar. Hell, they might even let him leave with the title and leave the WWE Universal Championship vacant and have some type of title tournament to crown the new heavyweight champion. I'm happy Roman didn't win, not because I don't like Roman. I just don't believe in already predetermined shit. I like to have a little bit of mystery behind certain things. And I like that they did that with this match here. I was not expecting Brock Lesnar to win. And he did win after taking him to Suplex City, bitch. So I tip my hat to you, sir. And that's pretty much it. That is your WrestleMania 34 review. I am JP the Outlaw. I need to get dressed, get up out of here, go to work. For the most part, I am still working on the JP Universe mode roster. I'm going to try to have that up by the end of the week. I'm not going to make any promises. All right. Of course, tune into the channel. Check out my review for Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Also, take a look at my predictions for NXT TakeOver New Orleans, which was by far a better show. Enjoy your day. Don't forget to brush your teeth, wash your ass. JP Outlaw out.